this guy before, I think it's fair that I should give you some context as to who this absolute unit of a streamer is. So this guy right here, his name is Ludwig. He has recently become the most subscribed to Twitch streamer, and he accomplished this in one of the most challenging, yet respectable, yet weird ways possible. Our friend here, Ludwig, did what we call a subathon, which essentially means you keep on streaming until people stop subscribing. Every time somebody subscribes to your channel, you have to be live for like another 2 minutes or another 30 seconds, or I forget what amount it is, but anyway, whenever somebody subscribed, that adds more time for the amount that you have to be live. And Ludwig was so dedicated to becoming the #1 most sub to streamer that he was live for like 31 days or something. Now, one important thing that there is to understand about this whole subathon thing is that there comes a point when people start subscribing who don't even know who you are. During subathons, people completely throw away whether or not the person makes good content or not. They just want this person to be live for however long possible they can be live for. Now, I'm not saying that Ludwig makes bad content. I actually like Ludwig's content, but there are definitely a lot of people who just subscribe to him because of the, I guess, hype train surrounding it, and just because they wanted to see how long he could go for. And there are definitely more than a couple people who just subscribe to him for this event and that will never watch him again, and that's just how that goes. Now, with all those factors in mind, you have to understand that a lot of people are going to be subscribing to this guy just to try to, you know, add some more time to the clock. And on Twitch, you can do what's called gifting subs, where even if you have already subscribed, you can pretty much pay for somebody else's subscription. So when I tell you that Ludwig had to introduce a limit as to how many gifted subs people are allowed to give, that would make a lot of sense, right? Because if anybody could give 1 trillion subs to somebody else, literally just for the sole purpose of adding more time to Ludwig's stream, then you have to understand that Ludwig would be streaming until Lizzo was skinny, bro. He'd be streaming until the end of time. So I'm pretty sure Ludwig set a maximum of 200 subscribers that you are allowed to gift per individual, which is very generous. Now, with that in mind, there are definitely some people out there with way too much money to spend who would be making alt accounts to do, you know, over their 200 gifted allowed subs. And one of those people who tried to cheat the system was Dreams. So what he did is essentially he went on his alt account after donating 200 on his main account, and yeah, he donated 200 gifted subs. And as you can imagine, just like how anybody else would have gotten banned for doing that, Dream got banned in Ludwig's chat. Now, I felt like that was pretty obvious, you know, that's how consequences come of your actions. But just based on the fact that Dream is who he is, people were outraged because, oh man, he was just supporting Ludwig, he was just giving subs, he was an innocent man, free Dream. Which, surprise surprise, hashtag free Dream was trending on Twitter after this all went down. Now, I think the funniest part about this entire situation was seeing all the white knight cucks on Twitter get mad on Dream's behalf. People who had no idea who Ludwig was, and people who had no knowledge of the subathon rules, getting mad because Dream literally got banned for breaking the rules. You guys have to understand that Dream was not the only person to try to pull these shenanigans. Like, I would say probably anywhere between 10 and 100 people tried to do something like this, and they all received the exact same treatment, which was the ban hammer. But what you guys are failing to understand is that Twitter believes that Green Funny Minecraft Man is above all the rules. So yeah, today I thought that we would just read some tweets from some of these electric bozo cow chicken farts that actually think they know anything about the Twitch subathon culture. But really quickly before we look at that, if you guys could take the 5 seconds that I would take to drop a like on this video and subscribe if you haven't yet already, I would appreciate it a ton. But yeah, let's read some of these tweets. So this one here is responding to the hashtag free Dream trend, which says, fans of YouTuber Dream protested that he'd done nothing wrong after he was banned from Ludwig's stream for gifting too many subscriptions to the community. Now, starting it off with this cryopreservant hunter-gatherer that says, how the frick do you get banned for gifting too many subscriptions to a community? That doesn't even sound right. So, unfortunately, this Paleolithic Neanderthal did not take the 5 seconds that it would have taken to go onto twitch.tv/Ludwig and actually understand the rules. Gifting too many subscriptions to Ludwig while he's literally streaming on a clock that is determined by subscriptions, do you not see the problem? Let me ask you this, if Dream had donated 10,000 gifted subs and Ludwig was quote-unquote obligated to stream for another 10 years, do you think that Ludwig would have the integrity to stream for 10 years? I'm gonna say no. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and answer that for you and say no. And anybody who says something like, well, he actually did receive the money, so he has to spend the time. No, dude, there's a cap on that, and Ludwig put that in place to prevent people like Jeff Bezos from donating 10 trillion pesos to make it so that Ludwig has to stream until the end of time. Now, this person responded to the original person's tweet that was like, well, how is he banned for this? And then they said, because hating on Dream is apparently cool and hip these days. Or, okay, big OR right there, maybe he broke the rules. I don't know, man, just gonna put that in front of you, maybe let that sit for a bit, but perhaps if Dream hadn't broken broken the rules, he wouldn't be banned. Let me ask you this, dude. If somebody donated 10,000 gifted subs to Ludwig, and then Ludwig banned that person, and that person just so happened to be a Native American Navajo, does that mean that Ludwig hates the Native Americans and actually wants to kill them? No. It's not a personal attack just because Dream broke the rules. He's getting punished for breaking the rules. I don't actually know how this is even up for debate, bro. I can't tell if this whole thing is a joke that I just haven't been let in on, or if these people are actually displaying mental density levels reminiscent of titanium. Ludwig should be grateful that Dream is willing to help him, but instead, like a spoiled, entitled streamer, he bans him. This who y'all stan? No, I actually don't stan Ludwig. I just... What? What a weird way to look at life, like, in general. Like, can you imagine going to court and getting convicted of, like, 17 crimes, and then just being like, well, that must mean that you stan the judge who called out this ruling. Like, what? Homie, I don't stan the judge, I just know that this dude committed a crime, so I think that he should be in jail. Similarly, I don't stan Ludwig, but I know that Dream clearly broke the rules, and I don't know why hashtag Free Dream was trending. I don't know why people are calling Ludwig spoiled and entitled. I don't know why your parents broke up, bro. You have so many questions for me, none of which I can answer. And I feel like it's important to mention that a lot of people who were tweeting out this kind of stuff actually just had no clue that Dream and Ludwig were friends, and that this was just like a friendly jab more than anything. Dream was literally just trolling his friend, and I'm willing to bet that Dream is currently unbanned on both of his accounts now that the subathon. That is something that you probably actually count Dream